Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet, and just like this Concept 44, things are moving fast down here today. It's kind of an interesting day. The inlet itself, a little rough, offshore, a little calm. Let's see how our captains fare as they step in the ring and try and do battle with the inlet. And this is going to bring us to the first round of our competition, where the boats are going to throw a Midnight Express in the ring to see how it fares against Haulover Inlet and hopefully get the boats on the board first. But here we go, round one, and this Midnight looks solid. He's got the throttles opened up. The boat's up on plane, so they're riding high up on top of the waves, which is a great way to tackle it, especially on a day like today where it's just kind of rough in the inlet. Once they clear the inlet, we don't have those big offshore rollers today, so it's not quite the same as a normal rough day down here, and this boat shows it as they're able to blast their way through and take a win for the boats here in the first round. And that's going to give the boats the 1-0 edge as we move into the second round of our contest, where we're going to feature a Ntek stepping in the ring to see how it fares against Haulover. Let's roll round two, and this crew's decided they're going to toss some bow riders in the ring, adding that extra level of difficulty. And oh man, I'm not sure how this one's gonna fare. Our guy took a hard shot early on. He's trying to hang in, but man, being all the way in the front of the bow, takes a shot of water to the face, and he's down. And our guy hung on just as long as he could here, but right here we're gonna see it. They come down, the boat takes a little water over the bow on the next wave. It winds up smacking our guy right in the back of the head, kind of throwing him off his game a little bit. He tries to sit up, but gets knocked right back down by the waves and winds up on the floor. Fortunately, in this situation, our guy does wind up climbing back up, and he's okay. But man, that was a rough shot right there, and unfortunately for this crew, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give Haulover the win here in the second round. And that's going to bring us to the third round of our competition, tied at 1 apiece, but the boats, well, they're going to throw something a little different in the ring, as we're going to see a hurricane deck boat, traditionally more of a lake-style boat, try and tackle Haulover Inlet. This boat's got a really low freeboard. Cab's got his work cut out for him to try and make it out of this one without getting them in trouble. So Cab's taking a pretty good approach. He's not quite up on plane, but this boat, that's not the approach I would take either. I mean, this boat right here doesn't really have that cutting ability some of these larger center consoles we see. But our crew does make a pretty smart move right here as they start to hug the north side of the inlet. Great plan, it keeps them out of the middle, and as you can tell, this plan pays off for them, and they easily get this hurricane deck boat out and take a win for the boats. And this will bring us to the fourth round of our competition, with the boats up 2-1. And here in the fourth round, we're gonna feature a scout stepping in the ring to try and do battle with Haulover. And these boats typically do an incredible job, but man, look at all the people in the bow of this boat. This is just an absolutely horrible idea. They are getting absolutely rocked in the front of this. Oh man, that's almost rough to watch. They start to clear out where things will calm down just a little bit, but even still, you can see kind of the looks on the faces of this crew. That's a rough ride out. Now this crew winds up making it out. It appears fairly uneventful. Now when I say that, nobody fell on the floor, but look at how rough the ride is. We see several people get airborne during this clip and land back down hard, and man, it is just a brutal ride. It's a close one, but I'm actually going to go ahead and give this one to Haulover, because I promise there's a few people up in the bow of this boat who are going to be feeling that one for a few days. And that's going to bring us to a 2-2 tie as we move into the fifth and final round of our contest. And here in the last round, the boats are going to toss a Regal in the ring to see how it fares and if it can bring it home for the boats. Now here we got another one of those small vessels, kind of like that Hurricane we saw a little earlier. This does have a little more freeboard and a little more cutting ability, but still more of a predominantly lake-style boat. But this crew appears to be doing the same thing. They are hugging the north side of the inlet, staying out of the middle, trying to give them the best chance possible for success. They take a couple decent pops in this one, but overall, Captain had the right pace, the right line, and they're going to sneak out of Haulover with a win for the boats, which means the boats are going to take a win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that focuses on all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.